Hey there, Darkstar here. We are back in the Sovereign for leg 49 of the World Tour, which is Los Cabos down to Zihuatanejo. So I'm going to be hopping over to the mainland off of this peninsula. Here is the planned route. We're gonna take this departure. Let me write this down. It's just easier if I have it right next to me. So it's ILIGA 1 Bravo. It's gonna be the departure. So IGSAT, which is going to be the 2 Delta arrival, and then we think runway 27. And we should be departing 3-4. We'll see what they say. So I did tweak that route a little bit to bring it in on an airway that was closer. I don't know why I wanted to go up to Guadalajara and come back down. I just straightened it out a little. All right. I don't know why, but I get really poor graphics performance with this plane. There's our oxygen bottles, which for some reason spawn right where you tend to be standing. Let's go ahead and, I think, top that off. Wait, what's going on? There we go. I haven't figured out what this actually is supposed to do from the outside yet. I do like the ones where you can come outside and select the amount of fuel you want and fuel that way. Might see that done even a little bit better. And like if you want your external power receptacle, you can do that. This is the wastewater stuff. Battery disconnect we don't need to do. Just service the hydraulics. You gotta click all 4 of these and then open it and then click to open. Losing the light here. Okay, so we should be able to see. Let's test our standby power. 3, 4, 5. Go get the batteries on and the external power on. And then we'll go and get internal power as well. SkyOps citation 750 Delta X-ray. We would like to get a VIP transport going to Mike Zulu Hotel.
Mission on request. This will take a minute or two.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Where are our people?
Citation 750 Delta X-ray. SkyOps, it's a good thing you radioed. We got a very late booking that needs to get in the air fast. You're transporting Mr. Jonathan Blake, CEO of Future Vision Enterprises, and his assistant, Ms. Emily Carter, to a charity gala at Mike Zulu Hotel, IKO Mike Zulu Hotel. This is a high-profile event supporting education in underprivileged communities. We're sending your crew over now. Expect to be airborne in a few minutes.
Okay, and we'll go ahead and get rid of
system test. Okay.
the fuel truck and make sure the fueling port is closed, and now it's just GPU and main cabin door and those items. This is loaded.
Evening, Captain.
Fuel
we are
looks
just
correct.
getting situated. Just to let you know, we have a nervous flyer this time around. I'll let you know when we are secure and ready.
Okay, let's load this up. 400 pounds cargo. $4,800 looks good. Let's import this, even if it has some of the data. All right. 1 Bravo departure, 2 Delta arrival, and we suspect we will get the 27 with Segob. Segob? I don't know. Never know how they would say some of these things. Go ahead and reload that. Alright. Weather. Yes, we have weather outside 38. Good lord, is it warm? It is warm here where I am as well. Probably about that. Takeoff flaps 1. Let's go ahead and dial that in. Flaps going to 1. And then rotate 105. While that's running, I'm going to go and get the stabilizer dialed in.
Left engine fire. Right engine fire. Left engine fire. Right engine fire. Left engine fire.
Is everyone on board and ready to go?
Engine fire.
Dark, me old mate. Everyone's buckled up and ready to go. Just like a leprechaun on a pot of gold.
Baggage fire. Baggage fire. Baggage fire.
Alright, we'll button up the doors. And all we have left now is the GPU. And Annunciator lights look good. Let's go ahead and get the APU on. Takes a minute to run self-tests. There it goes. Go boost pump on right. Alright, that's our initialization. Let's pick up, just
Ben
double check
Niner.
ATIS.
Advise on initial contact you have information Papa.
Information Papa.
Aeropuerto Internacional de los Cabos, information Papa. 0033 Zulu. Arriving and departing runway 34. Wind 300 at 17. Visibility 10. Sky clear. Temperature 37, dew point 16. Altimeter 2979er. Advise on initial contact you have information Papa.
Clearance citation 750 Delta X-ray. We'd like to pick up our IFR clearance to Mike Zulu Hotel with information Papa. Alright, let's go ahead and disconnect ground
Citación
power
0
unit.
Delta X-ray. Clear to Zihuatanejo via the ILIGA 1 Bravo departure, then as filed. Runway 34. Initial climb and maintain 4000. Departure on 119.25. Squawk 7736.
7736, okay. Clear to Zihuatanejo via the ILIGA 1 Bravo departure, then is filed. Runway 34, initial climb 4000, departure on 119.25, squawk 7736, citation 0 Delta X-ray. Alright, altitude.
Citación 0 Delta X-ray. Read back correct. Contact ground on 118.45 when ready.
Ground on 118.45 when ready, 0 Delta X-ray. 7736. Altitude, QNH was 2...
Hey folks, welcome on our trip to Ixtapa-Zihuatanejo. I'm Emma, and I'll be looking after you today. Please take your seats and stow your hand luggage safely. If you need any assistance, feel free to reach out to me. Thank you for flying with us.
Okay, 22979. Departure on 119.25, ground on 118.45. San Jose ground, citation 750 Delta X-ray. We are ready for push and start.
Citation 750 Delta X-ray. San Jose ground, push and start approved. Tail southeast.
Push and start, tail southeast, 0 Delta X-ray. Alright, tail is currently to the west. So tail to the southeast will be that way. So what in the world is this thing doing? I think we're gonna have to abandon that. Just do manual pushback.
WestJet 2665, give way to the Centurion on your right.
way to the Centurion, WestJet 2665.
We're gonna go ahead and now when we start the engine, the beacon light automatically comes on. So we're gonna go ahead and spin that side up. And we're gonna work on our pushback.
X-ray Bravo, November Romeo Alpha, ready to taxi.
X-ray Bravo, November Romeo Alpha, runway 34, taxi via Lema Alpha.
Runway 34, taxi via Lima Alpha X-ray Bravo, November Romeo Alpha.
Folks, welcome on our trip to Ixtapa-Zihuatanejo. We have an estimated flight time of about 90 minutes. Please pay close attention to the upcoming safety demonstration, as it contains important information even for frequent flyers. To fasten your seatbelt, insert the metal tip into the buckle until you hear a click. To tighten, pull the strap. To release, lift the buckle. Remember, your seatbelt must be fastened whenever the seatbelt sign is illuminated. Please ensure your seatbacks are upright and any loose items are secured. Mobile phones and electronic devices must be set to flight mode, and larger devices should be stowed during takeoff and landing. Smoking and the use of e-cigarettes are prohibited anywhere on board. Oxygen masks will drop automatically if needed. Pull the mask towards you, place it over your nose and mouth, and breathe normally. Secure your mask before assisting others. Life vests are located under your seat. To use, pull it over your head, fasten it, and inflate it only after leaving the aircraft. Special life vests for children are available. Floor-level lighting will guide you to the nearest exit, which is
toe
clearly
brakes
marked.
on.
Please note the exits. The nearest one may be behind you.
Parking
In case
brake
of
is
evacuation,
on.
leave all personal belongings behind and follow crew instructions immediately. If any electronic device becomes hot or catches fire, please inform me right away. For any other concerns, feel free to reach out. Thank you for your attention.
Your brakes aren't working, make sure you have pressure. If you need it and you don't have it, use the aux pump here. Flaps are on 1. If you bleed on. Okay, engines look good and stable. Let's just catch up on our checklist. Did pre-flight, cabin check, circuit breaker, standby gyro. We don't do emergency lights. We did get emergency lights on, right? Yeah, okay. I did check battery, electrics, cockpit voice recorder. Let's go ahead and do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Green light. Stabilizer trim, aileron rudder trim, warning system, seats and pedals, EFB, nav lights come on automatically. APU's all started. Interior button we have on. FMS is all set. Cabin signs are on. Parking brake, chocks, door. Cockpit windows we didn't open. These are automatic. Fuel quantity I did check. We have our clearances. Alright, flight controls, bleed air system, APU as required. We're going to leave it on this time. Alright, we're ready for taxi. San Jose ground, citation 750 Delta X-ray. We are ready to taxi with information Papa.
Citation 0 Delta X-ray, runway 34 taxi via Juliet Alpha.
Runway 34 via Juliet Alpha 0 Delta X-ray. Alright, taxi light is on. Transponder in this plane is automatic. We will check the brakes and steering. We won't check the rudder bias because I don't have a good way to do that. We will check the thrust reverser. Anti-ice we don't need. Flaps, trims, we will confirm. Cabin, crew briefing, okay. Alright, parking brake off. Let's check left brake, right brake, and steering. Cheating and taking Kilo instead of Juliet, but it's going to get us to the same Alpha. I'm aware of it, and we shouldn't do it. But also there's no traffic here. Alright, we're on Alpha, heading to runway 34, I do believe. Let's test the reversers. So we get the reverser deploy indicator here. It is a good thing to check that before you're trying to land and going, hey, my reversers don't work. Man, that is a green, isn't it? So that is a 20 knot taxi. I want to test something real quick with the reversers again. Oh, that works. Okay. We're on 1189 next.
Citation 0 Delta X-ray, contact tower on 118.9er. Have a good evening.
Tower on 1189er, have a good one. 0 Delta X-ray. Alright, tower on 1189 and then departure on 119.25. Is pre-selected. While we're at it, I want to go ahead and go over to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oops. Tower, citation 750 Delta X-ray, holding short runway 34, ready for departure.
Citación 750 Delta X-ray, San Jose Tower, runway 34, winds 300 at 17, Arnab Sierra, Delta 700, cleared for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, runway 34, RNAV, SD 700, citation 750 Delta X-ray. Whoops.
Approaching runway 34.
Okay. Oh, come on, landing lights on, that on. Good with that. Those come on. We'll leave APU on and bleed on. Going toga mode. And initial heading in. Although we're not going to be flying that heading very long. Why aren't we moving? I don't understand why I can't move all of a sudden. Okay, any collision, seatbelt signs, radar, transponder, flight director, Ito on, landing lights on, gust lock release. We will do that uno momento. Okay, we're going to have a strong crosswind from the left. So prepare for lots of right rudder and left aileron.
On runway 34 remaining. 9,800 feet.
Okay, there's V1 and rotate. Positive rate, gear up. Flaps up. Reduce throttle. Going to departure, 0 Delta X-ray. Hold on. God dang it. Let's go autopilot on for a moment. We got nav, we got vertical speed. Messed up my radio. Departure, citation 750 Delta X-ray with you at 4,000. What? 11925. Departure, citation 750 Delta X-ray is with you at 4,000.
Citation 750 Delta X-ray, San Jose departure, radar contact.
Gear is up. That's not true yet. Flaps are up. We're not climbing yet. Wait on that, I guess. Go ahead and go auto throttle. San Jose departure, citation 750 Delta X-ray. When can we expect to climb?
Citation 0 Delta X-ray. Climb approval when ready. Maintain 10,000.
Climb to 10,000, 0 Delta X-ray. At this next waypoint though, we're supposed to be above 15,000. This one right here. $15,000. And then 20,000. San Jose departure, citation 750, request flight level 450.
Citation 0 Delta X-ray. Climb and maintain flight level 450.
Climb and maintain flight level 450, citation 0 Delta X-ray.
Dear guests, the use of approved electronic devices is now permitted in flight mode. I will begin cabin service shortly. Thank you for flying with us.
Alrighty, lights can come off. Feel free to move about the cabin.
Citation 0 Delta X-ray. Contact Mazatlan Control on 128.0.
Mazatlan Control on 1280, citation 0 Delta X-ray. Go ahead and let co-pilot do it.
Mazatlan Control, citation 750 Delta X-ray. Good evening, climbing past 18,000 feet to flight level 450.
Looking good today.
750 Delta X-ray. Mazatlan Control. Saludos.
Mazatlan Control, good evening, Polaris 421, flight level 330.
Polaris 421, Mazatlan Control, identified, good evening.
Seems like some of our waypoints didn't load, maybe? Not sure if it matters or not. but it looks like it should be maybe Lital. Okay, so that'll get us to there. Okay, then after PBR, it should be UJ96. Can we do... UJ9, all right? So if you right click on this, you get this, so you can move it around. I don't know why it's doing this. It's got Detbo just hanging out here on its own. But it looks like it should be there. Another thing we can do here is do a fuel check. So yes, we should have 1,300 pounds of fuel. We're also at ILIGA or whatever it is. So let's do a fuel check, cross check here. So we should have 3.8, we're at 3.7, so we're just a little bit light. thing I don't like about the Garmin's is it doesn't have a good fuel page. Like how much fuel have I burned? I mean, I'd have to, I know what I started with, I guess, technically. So yeah, that's about right. And it predicted top of climb with 3.7. We just passed that, but we are getting pretty close to top of climb. And I am doing a little bit flatter climb than I would have planned for. So we're kind of covering ground faster, but burning more fuel, I think. So yeah, see, it plans for a 0.64 Mach climb, and I'm doing a 7.0 Mach climb. Also, departure just left us hanging out at 4,000. A little longer. Let's see if we want to go maybe weather over here. I usually go checklist here, but I really prefer this checklist over here. So I don't know. I could put a chart up. That's on the wrong panel. Why don't I see our arrival on here? Oh, it must be this one. Okay, so it's all of these 2 Delta. Of course, it's almost useless on here. IGSAT above 20,000, no speed restriction.
Mazatlan control, Volaris 421, flight level 350.
Volaris 421, Mazatlan control, identified.
These are just minimums. So Takeoff, is that right? Yep. Takeoff at 4,000.
Viva 7443, Mazatlan Control, identified. Proceed on course.
Dear guests, I will now begin the snack and beverage service. Today, I have some delightful options for you, including our signature gourmet sandwiches and refreshing fruit juices. After the service, I will have a selection of items available from our shop. Thank you for flying with us.
Okay, so I put a 210 here. It'll make this cornering easier. We slow down to 200 here, and then at ZH501, we'll want to slow down to our final. Let's figure out what that might be. Let's set a predicted weather. Okay, it's 8,000 foot runway, pull anti-ice off. 106. So I can actually put in a 106 here if I want. And then let's see, okay, so be coming down to 1,200 feet. And our minimums look like 780. Easiest place to put that in is here. And now we see it there. Okay, if we go mist, it's going to be a left turn out to T-Lan. 5,000 feet, right? Okay, so it's going to be 1,200 feet and then 5,000 feet for mist. Elevation should be here, 18 feet. Makes sense, we're right on the coast. I also find it really helpful to enter like VOR information and stuff, so you have it or I mean not enter, but write down. So 113.8. And have that kind of ready to go. And then we can turn on like an extra bearing pointer. Let's make that one be on nav 2. And then on put that over on nav 2.
citation 750 Delta X-ray. Good evening at flight level 450.
Station 750 Delta X-ray, Mazatlán Control, buenas noches.
I feel like there's some way to make that go away as well. There we go.
Mazatlán Control, Volaris 1122, flight level 380.
Volaris 1122, Mazatlán Control identified, continue.
I wish it remembered where you were when you went back. Like if it would keep your zoom level. But I don't think it does. Yeah, it's unfortunate. So IGSAT into here. Be some islands off here to the left. Yeah, there we go. That's the mainland coast. So some people don't quite know about the difference between indicated airspeed, which is what all of your instruments are going to show. So this would be the indicated airspeed, which is 212 right now. But our true airspeed, let's see, where do we have that on here? Down there, right? So our true airspeed is 441 knots. So it's more than double our indicated airspeed. Indicated airspeed is lower because the air pressure way up here is much less than down at the ground.
300 contact Mexico Control on 123.9.
I generally describe it as the aerodynamic airspeed. It's what the plane cares about for the most part. To the extent that the instruments are not perfect, there's another airspeed called the calibrated airspeed, and that is the indicated airspeed adjusted for you know, instrumentation deficiencies. So it's usually a little bit higher than the indicated, but not much. Or it could be lower. So you just have to figure out what that is. I think there's usually a conversion in the VOH. So you might look it up, or it doesn't really come up that much, but sometimes you'll see it. And then, of course, the other airspeed that we care about as far as how long is it going to take is our ground speed, which is just our true airspeed adjusted for the wind. So a lot of people, you see them on the forums, they'll be like, how come my Superjet can only go 200 knots? I can't get it to go faster. It's like, well, that's really 450 knots. See some little spots of weather over here on the weather radar. There's also a whole bunch of settings you might want to do in here. So when you've got it on your map, you go into map settings and just go through all of these different ones and look at it. So we've got traffic on, and we're gonna have traffic settings. So like we've got it, transponder TCAS mode is auto, or you can select different ones. Altitude display is a relative. I like that, because it's like plus for planes that are above you, negative for planes that are below you. And then the motion vector is kind of nice. And then how long that motion vector is. So like we might want to say like where they're going to be in 5 minutes instead of 1 minute, unless they're turning or whatever. Terrain relative, I really like terrain relative, at least on one of my maps. Absolute is going to be the other one. It's going to look like that, which is also nice because you can see how high the mountains are or whatever. It lets you see the shape of the terrain a little better. And relative tells you if you're going to hit something. So if it's red, that's bad. We don't have the weather option on this one, but we do have that one. I don't know if it'll show up. I guess not. Okay. Your inset window is going to be this. So if your display looks like that, and you're like, how come you have the flight plan and I don't? That's the one you want. And I like leg to leg, not cumulative, so you can switch between those. And someday we're going to get a vertical situation display option. Aviation's usually whatever. Like you can change which airports it'll show. Other north above 1,000 nautical miles. So if I zoom out more, wrong way, you'll see it switches to north is up. Okay, it doesn't go above 1,000, so maybe if we set it to 750, there we go. That's probably a good point to switch over. Track vector is really nice. So that's that little blue line out in front of my plane. That tells me where I'm going to be in 1 minute. Wind vector is that guy up there. I like to have that. That way I can see at a glance where the wind is from. And then over here, I have it broken down into X and Y. So I can see that I have a 4 knot headwind and a 23 knot crosswind. This is really useful for landing. This is just kind of good to know. And then selected altitude range arc, that's when we're climbing or descending. It'll put that little arc out in front of us, or sometimes called the banana. So I highly recommend turning that on. Especially for manually climbing or descending, that tells you if you're going to make it, although it isn't always all that accurate. So, but better than nothing. Check our destination weather here. I wish there was an easier way to dial in which airport we were talking about. Mike Zulu Hotel.
Viva 7443, contact Mexico Control on 123.9er.
That is the one.
Decimal 9er for Viva 7443.
Digital ATIS. And we're looking for our arrival, and we don't want the real one, we want the sim one.
Mazatlán Control, Volaris 300, flight level 300.
Volaris 300, Mazatlán Control identified. Good evening.
There we go. So when we're ready to land, we can verify our weather is close. 250 at 12. See 7 statute mile visibility, scattered at 3,000, temperature 32, altimeter 2973. Hazy, I don't know what these ones mean.
Situation 0 Delta X-ray, contact Mexico Control on 123.9er. Contacting Mexico Control on 123.9er. Citation 750 Delta X-ray. Mexico Control, citation 750 Delta X-ray. Good evening at flight level 450.
Citation 750 Delta.
You can also look data up here.
Volaris 300, contact Mexico Control on 123.9er.
123.9er for Volaris 300.
And you can just click these and tune those frequencies too. So we're getting different data here than we were getting in the other place.
Volaris 1122, contact Mexico Control on 123.9. So you create waypoints in this one. Volaris 421, contact Mexico Control on 123.
So it'd be really nice if they did trip landing here on this one. Oh, there we have fuel used. Okay. So let's see, where are we? We're getting close to PBR. We just passed this waypoint, so that would be here. So we would want 3.1. We are exactly at 3.1. We expect 1.7 burn. We're at 1.5. So I guess that's pretty good.
Citation 0 Delta X-ray. Expect the IGSAT 2 Delta arrival. Descent coming up in about 20 minutes. Reach out if you want an early start.
Expecting the IGSAT 2 Delta arrival. We'll reach out if we need an early descent. Citation 750 Delta X-ray.
You can see our top of descent here is 23 minutes. And also, if you go to your flight plan, you'll see your fuel remaining here. So we can scroll it forward and see what we're expected to have around here. Currently 2,000. So, which is right where we're expected to be. Wow. I'm sitting there staring at the instruments, and we've got this great sunset going on here.
Polaris 3240, contact Mexico Control on 123.9.
Polaris 3240. Mazatlan Control, good evening. Volaris 3240, flight level 350.
Volaris 3240, Mazatlan Control identified, continue. Volaris 3240, contact Mexico Control on 123.9.
123.9 for Volaris 3240, good day. Mexico Control, Volaris 3240, flight level 310.
Volaris 3240, Mexico Control identified.
Mazatlan Control, Volaris 3240, flight level 230.
Volaris 3240, Mazatlan Control identified. Proceed on course. Polaris 3240, contact Mexico Control on 123.9.
123.9, Polaris 3240, see ya.
Mexico Control, good evening. Viva 31906, flight level 210.
Viva 31906, Mexico Control, identified.
Prepare the cabin for descent.
Copy, Captain. I'll prepare the cabin for descent now. Folks, we have left our cruising altitude and have started our approach to Ixtapa-Zihuatanejo. Please return to your seats, stow any tables, and fasten your seatbelts. The use of the lavatories is no longer allowed. Thank you for your cooperation.
Mexico Control, citation 750 Delta X-ray is ready to begin our descent.
Citation 0 Delta X-ray, descend via IGSAT 2 Delta to 4000 into Zihuatanejo, altimeter 2970.
Descend via IGSAT 2 Delta to 4000 into Zihuatanejo, altimeter 2977. Citation 750 Delta X-ray.
Polaris 3240, contact Monterey Control 127.4.
Vertical speed. That'll automatically start slowing us down. We're flying over Rancho Los Abuelos. Little tiny farm. just to get us down through this kind of moisture layer here.
Viva 31906, contact Monterey Control on 126.4.
4 for Viva 31906.
That was interesting. Okay. They said it was 29er77.
Viva 31906, contact Monterey Control 127.4.
Monterey Control, Viva 31906, so long. Mexico Control, Viva 31906, flight level 270.
Viva 31906, Mexico Control, identified.
Some weather off over here, but that's pretty far away. Let's just make sure our nav2 is still on 1138 and we see ZIH. That is what we expect to see. So we do see that nav 2 bearing pointer on here. It's just straight ahead. That'll just give us a secondary reference.
Polaris 1702, contact runway control
127.4 for Polaris 1702. Good day. We are on the vertical track now. That'll help us hear ATC a little bit better. Descending to 4,000. I didn't realize it was going to be dark when we got here. I hope this airport has lights. Looks like it should be straight ahead. I think the problem is it's over here and not over here. I may not be close enough to really see yet. Alright, I think we're out of any
moisture we need to worry about. We'll leave the windshield fan on. Are we ready to get those on? We are not. It's still early. I also notice I've been turning on the APU before you really should. And the reason is if you look in here, I think it's this one. So it's supposed to be below flight level 200 and 250 knots. I'm going to do the long form descent, I guess. Alright, landing elevation is good, where it's not over 12,000 feet. Anti-ice is set, and now we're waiting for this one. This will actually happen now about when we start slowing down for 10K. Okay, we've already confirmed all the landing data. That's all ready. We know our airspeeds. We're not going to need anti-ice. We've already set minimums. We will need to do this. Let's make sure fuel crossfeed is off and that our balance is okay. I overshot it a little bit before. We'll do a little bit on right tank and balance it out. So I got a ways to go before 10K. One thing nice on the longitude, you have that gravity crossfeed. Just balances it out. Although let me think, it's gonna burn, the APU is actually gonna burn more out of the right tank, so we could leave it like that.
Volaris 7780, contact Monterey Control on 127.4.
Let's see, what if we put this guy back over here? We can actually use this to zoom in.
Citation 0 Delta X-ray. Contact Zihuatanejo approach on 121.0.
Contacting Zihuatanejo approach on 121.0. Citation 750 Delta X-ray.
Alright.
Zihuatanejo approach, citation 750 Delta X-ray. Good evening, descending flight level 190 for 4,000.
Citation 750 Delta X-ray. Zihuatanejo approach. Good evening. Zihuatanejo altimeter 2977. Clear the Sego B transition. Expect the RNAV runway 27 approach into Zihuatanejo.
Okay, that is what we have loaded.
Altimeter 2977. Cleared Seago B transition. Expect RNAV runway 27 approach. Citation 750 Delta X-ray.
All ready to go. All right, let's go and get the APU on and let it run its self-test. There we go. Okay, throttle's coming back. We're slowing down to 250. We can actually tweak that if we want. We can say on descent, we want a speed limit at 240, let's say, and that's fine. Now it's targeting 240. Gives us a little buffer. Alright, altimeter's already set, exterior lights are set, we just need to start the APU now. And we're good on that. Exterior lights, flap selector. I mean, we're gonna do flaps as we land. Passenger briefing, we can... Do we have a thing? I think we have a thing. We can do cabin management. Cabin briefing landing.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will be landing shortly. Please return to your seat and fasten your seatbelt securely. Ensure your seat is upright and all personal items are properly stowed. As a reminder, there are 2 emergency exits on board, one at the front and one at the rear, both clearly marked and illuminated. Window shades must be open for landing. The lavatory is now unavailable, and the door must remain open to maintain clear access to the rear emergency exits. Wi-Fi service will be discontinued shortly. Thank you for flying with us today.
Disconnect their Wi-Fi. Okay, all the lights are on. Turn that off. Okay, Wi-Fi off.
Folks, we'll be landing in Ixtapa-Zihuatanejo shortly. Please turn off all electronic devices and stow them until we arrive at the gate. Make sure your seatbelts are fastened and your seats are in the full upright position. The weather at our destination is warm and pleasant. Our assigned gate is General Aviation Stand 7. Thank you for your cooperation.
Oh, there's that selected altitude arc. So at our current descent rate, that's where we would reach 4,000. You have to kind of project it along your actual route, but you want to go down to 1,200. Why are you doing this to me? Okay, let's go ahead and start the APU. Okay, APU bleed on. Common altitude is looking good. Pressure differential's dropping. We're almost to our transition here. Okay, let's go ahead and go autopilot off.
Citation 0 Delta X-ray. Descend altitude 2,200 feet until established. Cleared for the RNAV runway 27 approach via Sego B.
Descend to 2200 feet until established. Cleared for the RNAV runway 27 approach via Sego B. Citation 750 Delta X-ray.
Going flaps 1. Flaps 1 confirmed.
X-ray Bravo November Quebec Foxtrot contact Mexico control on 126.15.
Switching to Mexico control on 126.15. X-ray Bravo November Quebec Foxtrot.
I'm just looking at that blue arc there to turn it kind of around the angle that we need to be to make that corner. Okay, I'm gonna go flaps 2. Activate approach mode. And we can see that VOR pointer.
Citation 0 Delta X-ray. Contact Zihuatanejo Tower on 118.3.
Contacting Zihuatanejo Tower on 118.3. Citation 750 Delta X-ray. Zihuatanejo Tower, citation 750 Delta X-ray. Good evening, established on the RNAV runway 27 approach.
Okay, gear down.
Citation 750 Delta X-ray. Zihuatanejo Tower, roger, continue approach.
Full flaps.
Citation 0 Delta X-ray after the departing marquees. Runway 27, winds 250 at 11. Cleared to land.
Runway 27, cleared to land. Citation 750 Delta X-ray.
Terrain. Terrain.
Minimums.
Approaching runway 27.
Okay. Auto throttle off. Right, ready to deploy spoilers. Freeze.
250.
X-ray Bravo Kilo Whiskey Golf. Contact departure.
50, 40, 30.
Departure for X-ray Bravo Kilo Whiskey Golf. Good day.
10.
Come on. Spoilers out, nose down, reversers on. Reversers retracted, spoilers up, flaps coming up. Hello. I guess we'll go down to the next one. Oh, I think it disappeared.
Citation 0 Delta X-ray. Welcome to Zihuatanejo. Exit at Alpha if able. Taxi to General Aviation Stand 7 via Alpha. Stay with me.
Exit at Alpha if able. Taxi to General Aviation Stand 7 via Alpha. Staying with you. Citation 750 Delta X-ray.
Folks, welcome to Ixtapa-Zihuatanejo. Did you know that this beautiful city is famous for its stunning beaches and vibrant marine life? Thank you for flying with us today. Please remain seated until we have reached our final parking position. On behalf of your flight crew, thank you for flying with Air Luxury Airlines. The local time is 8:38 p.m.
Oh, cramp. Oh.
Zihuatanejo Tower, good evening. X-ray Bravo Alpha Uniform India, established on the approach.
X-ray Bravo Alpha Uniform, India, Zihuatanejo Tower, roger.
Approaching runway 9.
Okay. So all anti-ice off. I think I've got everything. stand 7, huh? There. Tower, citation 750 Delta X-ray, request progressive taxi. I don't see a 7.
Citation 0 Delta X-ray. Taxi to General Aviation Stand 7 at your discretion. Good day.
I see.
Taxi to General Aviation. Stand 7 at our discretion. Citation 750 Delta X-ray.
There's 1, 2, 3, and then 10, 12, 18, 16. I don't know where 7 would be. You know, some places they have a car that you follow. That'd be kind of cool to have instead of these lights, if they could have a car waiting for you. Alright, tow brakes down, parking brake on. As it's on. Let's make sure it holds us. Yeah, I think we're good. Alright, let's make sure we did all the things. I think we're at 0 pressure differential now. 0.1, I think that's fine. I'm just gonna skip all that. We did all that stuff. We didn't do it. Go around after landing. Anti-ice all off. Exterior lights APU knob is already started. Throttles at idle. 2 minutes. We technically need to idle a little longer. Set the parking brake, anti-ice off, engines run stop. Yeah, so not much else to do. Taxi off. I'll go wing inspection on to give some people some light outside. Okay. I'm gonna leave these on right now because we're kind of like hanging out till the next flight or whatever. Exterior lights, interior off. Want that one off. Control lock. It's bright.
X-ray Bravo Juliet Tango Foxtrot ready to taxi.
X-ray Bravo Juliet Tango Foxtrot. Runway 27 taxi via Alpha.
Runway 27 taxi via Alpha X-ray Bravo Juliet Tango Foxtrot.
External power is on. I forgot to turn it off earlier. Oops. And that's all expected. So, oh look, we got someone taxiing around over there. Let's see, we got the GPU running. Do we need the AP running? Probably just to stay cool, right? Yeah, I think we're good on that. All right, let's we have arrived. We'll see you next time.